We are continuing our reading of Flora and Ulysses with chapter 45, 4 words. "It's the truth," Flora said. "You told Pop to kill Ulysses." Having denounced her mother, Flora now turned her attention to William Spiver and his betrayal. "What are you even doing here, William Spiver? Why are you in the kitchen with my mother?" "He's assisting me with my novel." William Spiver blushed a bright and otherworldly red. "I'm delighted that you find me of some assistance, Mrs. Buckman," he said. He took the pitcher pop out of his mouth and bowed in the direction of Flora's mother. "I must admit that I have always had a certain facility with words, and I am terribly fond of the novel form, though my interests lie less in the area of romance and more in the speculative nature of things, science fiction, if you will, fact blended with fantasy, an extended meditation on the nature of the universe, quarks, dwarf stars, black holes, and the like. Do you know, for instance, that the universe is expanding as we speak?" Only Ulysses responded to this question. The squirrel shook his head vigorously, obviously amazed. William Spiver pushed his dark glasses up higher on his nose. He took a deep breath. "Speaking of expansion, did you know that there are now something like 90 billion galaxies in the universe? In such a universe, it seems ridiculous and foolhardy to attempt a creation of one's own, but still, I persevere. I persevere." "You didn't answer my question, William Spiver," said Flora. "Let me try again," he said. "No," said Flora, "you're a traitor, and you," she wheeled and pointed at her mother, "are an arch nemesis, a true villain." Flora's mother crossed her arms. She said, "I'm someone who wants what's best for you. If that makes me a villain, fine." Flora took a deep breath. "I'm moving in with Pop," she said. "What?" said her mother. "Really?" said her father. "Your father," said her mother, "doesn't know how to take care of himself, much less someone else." "At least he doesn't wish he had a lamp for a daughter," said Flora. "I feel like I'm missing something," said William Spiver. "I want to live with Pop," said Flora. "Really?" said her father again. "Go right ahead," said her mother. "It would certainly make my life easier." Make my life easier. Those 4 words, so small, so simple, so ordinary, came flying at Flora like an enormous slabs of stone. She actually felt herself tip sideways as they hit her. She put up a hand and held on to Ulysses. She used the squirrel to steady herself. "Do not hope," she whispered. But she wasn't sure what it was that she wasn't hoping for. All she knew was that she was a cynic and her heart hurt. Cynics' hearts weren't supposed to hurt. William Spiver pushed back his chair. He stood. "Mrs. Buckman," he said, "perhaps you would like to retract those last words. They seem unnecessarily harsh." Flora's mother said nothing. William Spiver remained standing. "Okay then," he said. "I will speak. I will attempt yet again to make myself clear." He paused. "The only reason I am here, Florabelle, is that I came looking for you. You were gone a long time and I missed you, and I wondered if you had returned and I came to find you." Flora closed her eyes. She saw nothing but darkness, and into this darkness slowly swam the other Dr. Measham's giant squid, moving sadly along, flailing its 8 lonely and enormous arms. "I came to find you." What was it with William Spiver and the words he said to her? Why did they make her heart squinch up? "Seal blubber," said Flora. "I beg your pardon," said William Spiver. Ulysses gently pushed against Flora's hand. And then the squirrel leaped away from her. "Oh, no," said Flora's mother. "No, not that. No, no." Ulysses flew over Phyllis Buckman's head. He went high and then higher still. "Yes," said Flora. "Yes." Chapter 46, Gianter. He flew because he was a superhero, and he was coming to the rescue. He was cheering up Flora. William Spiver said that the universe was expanding. That means that there will be more of everything. More cheesy puffs, more jelly sandwiches, more words, more poems, more love, and more giant donuts. Maybe even gianter donuts. Is gianter a word? It should be. Chapter 47, Flying Squirrels. Why, Flora wondered, did everything become silent when Ulysses flew? It had been the same in the giant donut, at least until everyone started screaming. It was as if some small peace descended. The world became dreamy, beautiful, slow. Flora looked around her. She smiled. The sun was shining into the kitchen, illuminating everything. Ulysses's whiskers, the typewriter keys, her father's upturned and smiling face, and her mother's astonished and disbelieving one. Even William Spiver was illuminated, his white hair glowing like a wild halo. "What is it?" said William Spiver. "What's going on?" Flora's father laughed. "Do you see, Phyllis? Do you see? Anything can happen." Ulysses floated above them. He zoomed down to the ground and then went shooting back up to the ceiling. He looked behind him and performed a lazy midair backflip. "For the love of Pete," said Flora's mother in a strange and wooden voice. "Someone tell me something," said William Spiver. Ulysses dived down again. He flew past William Spiver's right ear. "Ax!" said William Spiver. "What was that?" "The squirrel," said Flora's mother in her strange new voice. "He is flying." She stood up suddenly. "Right," she said. "Okay, I have to go upstairs and take a nap." Which was an odd thing for her to say because Flora's mother was not in any way a napper. In fact, she was an anti-napper. She didn't believe in naps at all. She often said that they were a big fat waste of time. "Yes, a little nap, that is what I need." Flora's mother walked out of the kitchen and closed the door behind her. Ulysses landed on the table next to the typewriter. "It's not that shocking," said William Spiver. "There are flying squirrels, you know. They exist. In fact, there are some theories that posit that all squirrels are descended from the flying squirrel. In any case, flying squirrels themselves are a documented fact." Ulysses looked at William Spiver and then over at Flora. He reached out a paw and hit a key on the typewriter. The single clack echoed throughout the kitchen. "How about flying squirrels who type?" said Flora. "Not as well documented," admitted William Spiver. Ulysses hit another key, and then another. "Holy begumba," said Flora's father. "He flies, he vanquishes cats, and he types." "He's a superhero," said Flora. "It's amazing," said her father. "It's wonderful, but I think I'd better go have a quick word with your mother about the whole, situation."